Good afternoon, Advocate viewers and readers. Welcome to the Advocate footy video for this week. Joined by my colleague in action here, Jordan Abel. Our big boss Cam got the day off today. Probably just watched Game 6 of the NBA Finals.
Watched the Warriors just got up, I reckon.
Yeah, I think they did. Mate, another big week in football. Plenty of things happening. We're starting off with a very big announcement. AFL Tasmania announced their latest inductees into the Hall of Fame. They've already inducted some teams and North Hobart Ground.
Yep.
And now they've got to the big fish, the players, and they've got 10 players this year being inducted. Former players, greats to the game. 2 Northwest Coasters. Some great news here. Dion Scott, former Devonport player, played in the '88 Premiership for the Blues as they were back then.
Yep.
He's been inducted, and Dion's probably not as well known
in coastal service.
He didn't spend a lot of time up here. But the next bloke, Andrew Vanderveen,
yes.
Al Vanders. Now, if you've been to an NTFL, NWFL game in the last dozen years, I don't know, you've probably heard Vanders.
Whenever he hung up the boots. No, I spoke to Andrew this morning. He was actually camping in Bridport of all places in the middle of June. But he was very, very honoured, very proud, and he said he was very much looking forward to that ceremony, which is early next month.
Yeah, and I think we forget about Vanders for as much as we hear his carry on at the footy and all this stuff, which is great for the game.
Champion footballer.
We actually don't. Yeah. You actually look back at his record, and he was a bloody good footballer, this bloke. 5
premierships. He won 3 with Ulverston over his 3 stints here, and then he won 2 in his 5-year stint down with Clarence. And I think in '76 he helped the Robins go all the way and win the state premiership. So not a bad
very good
list
player.
Of accolades there.
Very good player, Andrew Vanderveen. So I think they get probably inducted early next month.
Yep.
I think it's down at the casino down there.
West Point, yeah.
That should be a great night. We'll move along now to the NWFL, and I think results went pretty much as to plan last week. So another big round this week. Some games I think this week are a little bit closer, and certainly you could tip them either way. So we'll start with East Devonport Burnie at Girlson Park. Now obviously East Devonport broke through the drought-breaking win a couple of months ago at West Park. So Burnie will be keen to repay the favour at Girlson Park this time. Do you think they can do it?
No, I don't, because I watched Burnie last week at West Park take on a pretty young Smithton outfit, and to be honest, they hardly gave a yelp in the first half. They didn't turn up until about midway through the third quarter, and then almost stole it in the end. Though they lost by about 30 points, but they could have stolen it in the end. But too many injuries. I think we spoke about last week in the TSL squad, which is hurting Burnie's NWFL squad. So I reckon after a little bit of a harder run of games for East, they'll be priming themselves for this one.
Yeah, I watched East on the weekend against Albion. The scoreline says 100+ point flogging, but for the first 3 quarters, I thought they really had a crack East, and they got a couple of blokes who are back from injury now. Clint Viney is a prime example. A good run under his belt. I think he'll be primed for another big performance at Girlson Park.
Smithton Wynyard. Now, obviously, the Saints are coming off only what is their 2nd win of the year, but they don't come much bigger than an all-conquering Wynyard side rocking up to circular.
I think the young Saints and Aaron Tuxworth's done a great job with that team so far. Keeps it nice and positive with them.
So positive.
Keeps it positive. He's been signed up to another year of coaching there, I think. Is that right?
That's right. Yep.
So look, they'll have a crack. I think that's all he asked for. I think as long as they have a crack, they're right. But coming up against the big boys, the competition,
the big G,
who's just like the lazy 10 last week.
Yeah.
Look, I think Wynyard might hand out a little bit of a reality check to the young Saints, and if it's a nice day up at Circular Head there, it could be looking at a rather large margin.
Could get ugly. Match of the round though, Coley.
Yes.
Pertec Oval, Saturday afternoon. I'm still not sure whether I've got this game yet, but hopefully if Cam's watching, just sign me on to this one. Penguin Latrobe, mouthwatering clash.
I think. Look, I've seen these two teams play a couple of times now over the last couple of years, and they genuinely don't like each other.
Yeah.
There will be niggle. I can guarantee you'll get value for money at this game. There will be niggle. I wouldn't be surprised if someone gets reported because these teams genuinely don't like each other. I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah.
But the Penguin boys come out all fired up for this game, and the Latrobe boys certainly won't take it lying down.
Would it stem back to the 2010 and 11 or 2011 grand final I think they played? But who knows? Look, if the two Blues come to play, you can put 4 quarters together. It might be that they haven't beaten anyone above them this year. They haven't beaten Ulverston, they haven't beaten Latrobe, they haven't beaten Wynyard.
And they've
shown glimpses, but they need a scout. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, Latrobe, Coghlan didn't play on the weekend against Devonport on Sunday. From all reports, done a bit of a hammy on Friday night, so I would have thought 2 weeks minimum for a hammy, so I wouldn't be surprised if he misses.
Yep.
Kurt Byard struggling with a groin injury at the moment as well. He didn't play. So, look, if those two blokes don't play, I'm nearly leaning towards Penguin, but Latrobe's first quarter against Devonport there on Sunday, 7 goals in 15 minutes, just blew them away. Awesome.
Game over, yeah.
And if they can get good supply down to Corey Bissett, Adam Jeffrey, Callum McCall down forward, I think the Penguin defenders might have their hands full.
Final game of the NWFL, Coley. We have Devonport, Ulverston. Devonport, young bodies just seem to let them down.
Yeah, look, that was the thing that stood out there on Sunday in the greasy, slippery conditions there at Latrobe. They've just got so many light bodies. So many light bodies. Mark Lowe, certainly, after quarter time, they certainly had a crack and they certainly put a bit of respectability out on the scoreboard because that could have been by 150 points.
Yep.
But, you'd think Ulverston just got too many bigger bodies over in all areas of the field and just a bit too much goal kicking power. And look, Denver will get back, hopefully, Gal Clements and Clint Matthews this week. But, I think Ulverston just have a bit too much class.
Couldn't agree more, Coley. TSL, what have we got?
Oh, well, a bit happening in the TSL. There's been a bit happening in the TSL. I must say, it's been a good league this year.
Don't spoil my good call back.
There are plenty of good games each week. There's a few upsets, which is always good, and it looks like it's going to be a really tight race for the top five. Now the Dockers. You watched the Dockers on the week. What happened to the Dockers?
Well,
lost to Lonnie at West Park.
Lonnie is not as bad as their record suggests, and let's not forget that the absence of Jason Laycock is massive for Bernie. Clint Proctor didn't sort of want to go into it or admit it too much after the game, but just not probably his tap work so much, but just these vice-like hands around the ground. He's an easy target out of defensive 50, and they can throw him forward. And he bobs up for a goal or two. So I'm not sure if he's back or not. I don't think his hammy's as bad as first thought. He might even be a sneaky chance to get up this week, but. They play the Western Storm on Sunday, and
everyone just keeps waiting for the Western Storm to win a game. They surely a team that has a reasonable list, a pretty good list with some damn good players.
Yeah,
they can't be none and nine. How can they be 0-9? So everyone's just waiting for them to win. Will it be this week? Could Bernie get upset again?
It could be this week. I mean, but I know Proctor said straight after the game to the boys that let's not be the Storm's first scalp of the year. So. I
expect the Dockers to bounce back.
I expect them to bounce back.
Yep.
Devonport, the other team, they actually host Launceston for the second week in a row. The Blues come up to a twilight game on the coast.
Damn twilight games.
It's no good for spectators.
Last quarter, you're freezing your hands off.
Can we expect Devonport with Gallant for 3.5 or 3 quarters? Probably should have won that game down in Lauderdale, but Mitch Thorpe hits the post. They lose by 5 points. They need to bounce back because the Clarence and Hobart and Launceston are all creeping up behind them. Yeah. Oh, look. Well, you'd have to say now, Lonnie are a danger. A couple of weeks ago, we said, you pencil out for a win for Devonport. Yep.
Now, Lonnie have found some form. They've claimed a big scalp last week. Devonport, obviously, their last couple of weeks, they've been really good without getting points. They were really good against Bernie. Mitch Thorpe loved the way they played. They just ran out of legs in the last quarter.
Yep.
And they ran out of legs again in the last quarter here against Lonnie. Obviously, a long trip down to Lauderdale. I wouldn't. Well, you wouldn't think it's a fitness thing. Whether it's just a mindset thing or, they've still got a reasonably young team. So
I expect them to win.
At home, they're a good team at home, Devonport. I expect them to account for the Blues at the Devonport Oval.
I think we might have missed it the last couple of weeks, Coley, but the good call, bad call. It's back today.
Oh, the people given what the people want.
You've got the new ball.
I have.
I'm not sure why, but I'll give it to you anyway.
That's what I was always taught. Seam upright, away swing to you here. JA. Good call, bad call. The cost of TSL admission this year to get into a game has been great value for money for the spectators this year. Good call, bad call.
Great. Well, I better let the viewers know that.
How much do you pay to get into a game each week, Jordan?
I've got a card in my wallet, so I get in free of charge. But if I was to pay, I'm not sure what it is, $5 or $10. Yes, it would be worth every penny. There's upsets, close games. The spectators are still not going to the games.
No, which is a shame. The Devonport Bernie crowd was an absolute disgrace.
The fact that Launceston, who was sitting third last on the ladder, can come up to Bernie and winning at Bernie doesn't happen very often, and beat the Dockers. It just goes to show that the TSL is in really good shape, as much as all the haters out there of Scott Wade.
The skill level. I sat back and watched that Devonport Bernie game the other week. The skill level is what sets it apart from the NWFL.
The skill level is five times better.
And the pace. But players just haven't got as much time to make decisions. You bang, you tackled, you tackled.
Yeah. No.
So, no, I've enjoyed the TCL this year. It's been a really good competition.
Coley, is Ulverston's, now we know they knocked off Wynyard here a couple of weeks ago, but is Ulverston's inconsistencies in games going to hurt them come finals?
Look, it is a concern for Coach Justin Rodman. They were woeful in the first half against East Embort here on Saturday, and luckily East Embort turned the ball over twice as much as Ulverston, which gave Ulverston a lead. After half time, they were a lot better. They started moving the ball a lot better. But that you can't be having those sort of halves against the Wynyards in a finals game, or a Latrobe, or a Penguin even. And I think opposition coaches are taking a lot of notice of this, and I think their problems start obviously in the midfield a bit. If you can really get on top of their midfield physically, I think you can dictate the game.
Yep.
But if you let Olsen's running, the Sodens and those 12 blokes just run their own race, they'll catch you to pieces and they'll get up to their talent forward line.
That's it.
Done.
Do it again next week, I guess.
Why not?
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Catch you next week.